Hi Libra, thank you for visiting. This is a general read for you for the month of October 2018. I hope you're doing well. A lovely, clear, sunny, early autumn day here in the south of England. And it's that time of year where the creatures, the little wild creatures, we live in the country, are beginning to work out where they're going to spend the winter. And they're getting a little bit confused and they go into the wrong places. And we also... Well, they come in, basically. They come in looking for somewhere warm. And we have a cat who's an extremely good hunter, but doesn't always finish the job. And he catches the rodents, brings them in full of himself, and then plays with them, and they escape. And then we have to catch them. So I was just starting your reading about 10 minutes ago, and something caught my eye on the floor. And it was a little harvest mouse. It was so pretty. It's a little like ball of fur with his little tail sticking out. He was hiding in the corner, so I had to move all the furniture and catch him, and put a little plastic box over him and slid something under it, and we took him outside and let him go. But yeah, it's all go. We've passed the equinox. We've passed the harvest moon. In this part of the world anyway. That's a relief. And so yeah, beautiful still autumn day. Right, now I'm going to do a 3-card major arcana reading for you, and then I'm going to pull one from the swords, one from the wands, one from the pentacles, and one from the cups, and then one from the wild Kuan Yin oracle to get a bit of a Buddhist-y kind of perspective on things. So I'll just quieten down for the last shuffle. Lovely. One last cut. Okay, and here are your cards. Justice in the upright. Hanged Man in the upright. Fool in the upright. How lovely. How lovely. These are great cards, Libra. It's your season as well. That is so nice. Okay, this spread, card number 1 is the energy as we come in. Card number 2 is the block or the drain or the obscuration, or, you know, the the hindering force. And card number 3 is the key to power. So, you know, as I understand it, Libra, this is you. Justice with the scales and sitting pretty upright. So you're very, very present here and very present in yourself. And the key to power here is a new start, and how absolutely wonderful for your birthday season. You know, you've done another year. Well done. The hindering force here, the block or drain, is the Hangman. So I'm just going to take a little slurp of coffee and think about how this works. I hope you haven't clicked off during that silence. I know people do, but sometimes you have to think. Okay. Yeah, I'm just seeing the gaze of the angel of justice here, the way she's looking down. She's looking down at the scales with this lovely calm energy. This is the Tarot de Marseille, or the ancient Italian tarot. But funnily enough, if I hold the 2 cards up next to each other, you'll see what I mean. I'm seeing her like the end point beyond the scales of her gaze is the head of the Hanged Man. So I think there might be, and I don't see anything sort of serious or problematic here at all, but I think there might be a little bit more weighing up of things than is actually necessary. And I mean, the key to power here is the Fool in the upright. This is freshness. This is the zero card, the empty mind. And the empty mind is, you know, the ground on which all is built. I mean, in Hindu and Buddhist thinking, they talk about the ground. And the ground is like the infinite empty space into which what is comes. And what is comes into the empty space as a result of thought, will, inner action, mental action. That's how we create this world, by perceiving it and interpreting it in an infinite variety of ways. And I think the key to power here is less thought could be a good thing. Okay, because as I say, the hangman here, endlessly looking at things from different perspectives or from a different perspective, could leave you literally hung up, a bit hung up. You are there's a bit of sort of hung up energy here. I mean, bottom line is your scales are balanced. There's beautiful balance here, and you know, as I say, it's the end of another yearly cycle for you, for another solar return for you, Libra. So empty mind energy, big open ground onto which new things can be built. And I get a very strong feeling that this hangman energy here is about the past. And yeah, you don't need to be hung up on the past, Libra. Let me put it like that. Right, I'm going to pull one from the swords. Oh, Ten of Swords. Well, listen, this is a combination of past hurts, but also the end of the kind of the sword energy. Something has come to an end, and how appropriate also that this be here for your solar return. And I see a strong connection between this card and the Fool here in the upright. Something has gone full circle. And I guess the fact that the hangman is here as the block or drain, this is something that wasn't easy, Libra, to put it mildly. It looks like it's been a rough ride, one way or another, but it is over. And you have, in the Justice card here, you know, upright, the energy coming into the reading, your own sign, your own card in your own reading. You know, you're through this. You're intact. You're upright. I don't see at this stage of the game any great losses having been incurred. And you're ready to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and start all over again, because this is done with, whatever it is. Right, let's pull one from the wands. Okay, how interesting. We get such peace and such freshness here. And then we get the Ten of Swords, and now we get the Five of Wands. This is sort of unwinnable and therefore unlosable conflict. I mean, the key thing for me with the Five of Wands is that all the protagonists are the same size. They are all the same status. They all wield the same power. And I mean, yeah, when say 5 dudes wield the same power, one of two things can happen. Either they engage in endless and fruitless and unwinnable and unlosable battle for supreme power, which can never ever come out of this situation, or they stop fighting because it is utterly pointless to do so, because there is no need for one to assert themselves over the other, because they all have equal power. So as this reading progresses, Libra. We're going to see which one it is, but that's, for me, the most important factor of the Five of Wands. Yes, it's conflict, but it's conflict amongst equals that can never be won and therefore never be lost. And I would say that, you know, perhaps this is in the past and linked to this Ten of Swords energy. I mean, you could say he certainly lost, mate. Yeah, but no, I don't think that's relevant. So I kind of really shouldn't have said it. Never mind. Let's see what else we get. Let's see what we get in the Pentacles. Okay, Three of Pentacles. Yes, so this has been about collaborative endeavour. But it's collaborative endeavour with a twist. Because, again, this is about equals and not equals. This is some sort of power battle status conflict has been going on here. Because we have the worker here doing his work, but his work is being surveyed by two characters here. We have, I guess, the merchant, or, you know, he's not a worker because he's draped in this rather lovely cloak with the hood. So I would say there's a good chance that he is the benefactor. He is the investor. And we have here the monk, who is the steward, the custodian of this building in which the worker is working. So there is a sense of the worker having their work assessed by people who have the power to pay him or withhold payment, to recruit him or to fire him. So there is a sense of a difference in status here. However, he is on the bench and he is actually higher than them. So it's very interesting, and this is feeding into the power aspect, the power battle aspect of the Five of Wands here. So it looks like this hasn't been something that, you know, whatever you've been pondering over and going over and perhaps getting a bit hung up on in the Hanged Man here, and whatever these 10 swords, like doing like karmic fucking acupuncture up your spine here in the Ten of Swords represents, and whatever this Five of Wands, this has not been something that you have done alone. This has not been a solo struggle. Really, well, I was going to say very few struggles are solo, but that's probably not the case either. It's perfectly possible for people to fuck up their lives completely on their own. But anyway, this hasn't been something that you've done on your own. This has been to do with how things work between you and other people, Libra. But again, I see, because I mean, bottom line is the monk and the merchant, well, especially the monk, they want this work done. That's why they hired this person. And that puts this person in their own position of power. Because if they want this stonework redone or carved, they need to pay sufficient respect to this worker here, or he will just down tools and go, you know what, fuck it, I'm off the job. See you later. Get someone else. So it's very, very interesting interplay of power and status here. And I do think that in the end, Libra, all human relationships are tales of power. They are scenarios of power deals, how power flows between people and between groups of people. And this, I think, is what has been falling out for you. This is what has been happening for you. However, as I say, you come into the reading as yourself the right way up, in a place of calm, balance and stasis. And the key to power for this reading is the Fool in the upright. So there is no loss here, but it looks like it's been a bit of a struggle and you might be a bit tired. Let's get one from the Cups. Page of Cups, how absolutely lovely. Now, I love this one because the fish is jumping out of the cup going, hello! There's actually something in the cup. I think it's possibly the only one of the cups where we actually see what's in the cup. And I don't know, I'm getting an idea of sort of Christian symbolism here of the fish. This is a gift. This is a gift of something really unexpected. I mean, would you expect that fish to come popping out of I mean, okay, he's standing by the sea, but nonetheless, I mean, did he catch the fish in the cup and he's now offering it? So I don't think so. I get the feeling he was not expecting this fish to poke its head out of this cup and go, hello. So whatever's happened here, you've come out of it okay, and there's something extra, there's some extra bonus to this that you weren't expecting. And oh God, I'm just going to say what I see. I see the fool walking away with this fish in his knapsack, and not in a way that it's just going to rot and go pongy. This is something, this gift that the fool, the page of cups here is being offered, and it's offering itself of itself. No one's having to pay anything here. It's just this extra, like, oh wow, like that as well. It's like free gift. Yeah, and the fool gets to walk off with it. Superb. Okay, let's see what Kuan Yin has to say. Now, if you haven't watched my readings before, perhaps even if you have, but I haven't done the bit of info about Kuan Yin, this is the this is the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle by Alana Fairchild. Now, Kuan Yin is the Chinese Mongolian Buddhist shamanic-ish end of the mother of the Buddhas, known in Tibetan Buddhism as Green Tara. There's a strong link between them. I mean, essentially all those female deities and goddesses are linked, and they all link back to Mary in the end, or you know, it all links down into one female principle. But this happens to be from the Chinese and Tibetan and Mongolian plains, and she's a shepherdess in this depiction, in this oracle, and she's very often sort of depicted as quite young, but very, very independent, very bright, and there is a real wildness about her. There is a mantra for Kuan Yin. She's known in China and over that part of the world as the Bodhisattva of compassion. And a Bodhisattva is a being who has attained enlightenment, but decides to not just like float off into like inner paradise with enlightenment, but to remain in the human realm, to continue to be of use. Bodhisattvas are said to declare that they will not claim the gift of enlightenment for themselves until all humanity is liberated. And Kuan Yin is a bodhisattva, and she's, as I say, the bodhisattva of compassion. And the mantra of Kuan Yin is Namo Kuan Shi Yin Pusa. Beautiful, soft mantra. If you chant that, if you sit down, you set yourself a time of 10 minutes and just sit down and chant that. Namo Kuan Shi Yin Pusa. Namo Kuan Shi Yin Pusa. Namo Kuan Shi Yin Pusa. Or whatever little kind of melodic little unit you want. That's just the one that happens to work naturally for me. You chant that for 10 minutes. You're not going to feel the same when you finish as you did when you started. I'll put it that way. I chanted that mantra 108 times, which is the tradition in Buddhist and Hindu end of things, every day for 40 consecutive days, and some wonderful, wonderful shifts occurred for me during that time. So it's absolutely beautiful. I'll just say it one more time because I love it so much. Namo Kuan Shi Yin Pusa. So let's see what Kuan Yin has to say to us. I'm just going to spread the deck. Which one? There it is. There it is. Okay. Oh, I say. Ha ha ha. The Princess of Red Poppies. Libra. Now, think about red poppies over in that part of the world. What do we get from red poppies? I sound like the Wicked Witch of the West. Poppies. Beautiful red poppies. Right, okay, what is heroin? Now, I am not advocating that you go out and take heroin. What this is saying is it is safe to dream. Libra, it is safe to dream. And I mean, the opium that comes from poppies is a true miracle of nature, because opium is what can be used to release people from suffering at the end of their lives. And it is very common practice all over the world, you know, in health systems all over the world, hospitals up and down the country. Every single day of the year, opium is used to release the dying from their suffering. And it is, in that respect, an utter miracle that this thing naturally occurs on the earth to help us at that awful time. And that is why also taking heroin just for the fun of it is so dangerous to us. It's so karmically fatal for people. But what this is, so I don't want to go on about all that too much, but Princess of Red Poppies here, Libra, is saying that it is safe to dream. It is safe to let your imagination fly. Let it fly. You know, if you get some like wild idea, some crazy idea, or some like beautiful daydream, allow yourself to daydream, Libra, because this has clearly been a time of some struggle, but it is over. It is over. Not only is it over, but you get a free fishy gift jumping out of the cup as well for you as reward. You come out of the reading with the key to power as the Fool in the upright, and you get the Princess of Red Poppies allowing you to go on a little trip of the imagination and enjoy the fruits of the wonderful thing that you have between your ears. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, Libra. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and I will see you again for another reading. All best. Have a beautiful October. Bye-bye.